Hey Tube, I'm back this time with my April Bath & Body Works Empties. My apologies, like I said in my last video, that I am extremely late with this. Today is May 14th. I don't know that I've ever been this late on a Bath & Body Works video, but like I mentioned in my last video, I just started a new job. Life is kind of just like generally hectic right now, so it's really wearing on my videoing, I guess. But with that in mind, I think I'll go ahead and just get started. So the very first thing that I finished up is a foaming soap in Frosty Sips Limerita. I finished up one of these, I believe, in February as well. I'm really glad I purchased two of these. I would absolutely purchase them again. This was just a pretty nice margarita fragrance, I guess. It says fresh lime, citron, and sugared lemon, so I don't really get much of a lemons note here, but yeah, it's very lime. It was a very pretty lime green color, so it was enjoyable to use, and like I said, I would purchase this again. The next thing I finished up is one of my two Wild Honeysuckle lotions. The keynotes here are Watery Honeydew, Wild Honeysuckle, Rain Kiss Jasmine, Orange Flower, and White Woods. I really like Wild Honeysuckle. If you're familiar with my collection, then you would know that I do have a number more honeysuckle items. I actually don't like it in the shower, but I do like it in the fragrance mist and lotion, so for that reason I will continue to repurchase Wild Honeysuckle. However, as the name suggests, Wild Honeysuckle is very floral. You need to appreciate florals to like it. The next thing I finished up, speaking of florals, is this Love and Sunshine Fine Fragrance Mist. This I don't have the keynotes for. It's just a mix of like lemon and flowers. I liked it. I was surprised that I got a little bit bored of it at the end, but for what it's worth, it was enjoyable while I used it up. I also finished up a Fine Fragrance Mist in Warm Vanilla Sugar. Same thing here. I liked it for what it's worth, but to my surprise, I got pretty bored of it in the end. So while I would purchase this again, I'd probably only purchase it in a travel size. The next thing that I finished up is a Triple Moisture Body Cream in Black Raspberry Vanilla. I purchased this at the semi-annual sale last July. The notes here are an addictive black raspberry vanilla, which is an alluring scent inspired by vine-ripened berries, drenched in vanilla cream. Here it is fall, so this was seasonally appropriate. I have another one that I'll probably be using up in a few months. I've always really enjoyed this scent. I don't think it's really a scent for everyone because it's kind of like dark and a little unique. However, if you're willing to venture online for something that you perhaps haven't tried before, then perhaps check out Black Raspberry Vanilla at the next semi-annual sale. The next thing that I finished up is a PocketBac in Coconut. I purchased this here in Melbourne. I actually did not like this. I am not really a Honolulu Sun person, and that's what this reminded me of. It had a very soapy note to it, and I don't like Honolulu Sun because to me it smells like coconut soap, and this was just kind of the same thing. So while I wasn't completely horrified with this coconut fragrance, I definitely would not repurchase it, and I was happy to see it go. And finally, the very last thing, this is kind of a quick video, but the very last thing that I wanted to include here, because I will not be having wax empties for actually kind of a number of months, is an empty candle jar that was once Autumn. So I actually burned this a couple of times and then put it in the freezer, popped out the wax, and then chunked it into cubes. And I think I'm going to continue doing that. It worked out really well for me, and I got fragrance much longer than I would if I had just burned the whole thing. So the notes here are Bright Red Gala Apple, Juicy Fig, Eucalyptus Leaf, and Fir Balsam. You guys have known that I'm just not a pumpkin person during fall, and autumn tends to be my jam. I love autumn. This was a nice lid. I generally don't really care much for lids. Like, I just don't have an emotional reaction to them. But this basket weave one is pretty nice. So, I will always repurchase autumn, and I will continue to repurchase them this autumn too. So that is it for my very belated Bath & Body Works empties for the month of April. I will have another round of empties probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. So please make sure that you stay tuned. I will have my beauty empties up later on this week. So I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.